Hello, hello, everyone. As you can see, you've caught me on the run. There's something about the run that is so special. It's as if I get new energy. It's as if I get a new form of thought. And I'd like to share it. I'd like to share it today. And so it is, I came up with the question, how should you leave? Should you leave empty or should you leave full? How should you leave? I have a story. In the year 1985, my father left the planet. And it was in the February of that year. And by the June of that same year, my younger daughter was born. And I can recall also a wise text that said, naked I came into the world, and naked I leave. In other words, empty I came from my mother's womb, and empty I shall return. Now, I don't know if the writer was thinking about Mother Earth at the time, or dually speaking about mother, his own mother, as well as Mother Earth. But the question remains that my father left this world in February, and my daughter came in June. And that kind of sums up the idea of empty coming in and whether or not you're empty going out. Very good comparison, I would say. And so the question, did my dad leave empty? Of course, my daughter came empty. But did my dad leave empty? And the question arises, should you leave empty or should you leave full? The whole idea here, from my perspective, is that there is a paradigm shift in what and how you may think you should leave the planet. And it's a shift in my own mind because everything that has life, created by the Creator, is created to grow. So if you come into the world empty, how do you leave after growing for several years, perhaps the 70 or 70 that some writers seem to allot to the human lifespan? If you came empty and you have been growing for 70 years, 85 years, and even more. Recent years we are hearing about people living to be 108, 109, 114. If you have been growing all this time, how do you leave empty? And I determined that if you're thinking that you will leave empty as you came in, you probably don't think of doing much. You are not thinking much about achieving your incredible potential. And that's what's out there for every one of us. The achievement of our incredible potential. by the way we adapt ourselves to the divine sufficiency that is in us to work, to operate, to engage, to do what is within us to do. And so I have to summarize it by saying, I want to live full. Whenever I go at such time, I want to go full. One of the reasons I want to go full is because I recognize that this is not the only space and time in which I exist. I exist as a human on earth, but I also exist as spirit in eternality. And if I came from that larger life, I must have come for a reason. I must have come for a purpose. And basically, I came to grow. And if I came to grow, then by the time I leave, I must have achieved something worthwhile to take back with me. And not only something worthwhile to take back in this consideration, but to recognize that this is not the end all of life as we see it and live it in the physical form. There is much more to the old matter. It is reasonable to think that you will return, because in your spiritual eternality, nothing ends. That is eternal. So, if you will return, the spirit of achievement that left will return and most likely find another form to exist in, hence continuing the growth process. So it's a wonderful thing to know that you should not just be a couch potato and waiting for the breath to leave this physical body, but looking forward to the time when a transition is made to what you were before you became an embryo, a fetus, a newborn, a toddler, a youth, a man, a woman, growing up to become something equivalent, the equivalent of your incredible potential. So, it is my joy to live in view of this. It is my joy to experience life with the purview of this. It's important to me to understand what is the meaning of life. And to summarize the meaning of life, it is simply to say that the Creator creates with the sufficiency in all life that is created, and that sufficiency is engaged with free dominion in everyone to do what the inner spirit says to do. One of the problems with many people not doing that is because they are not in tune with the sufficiency. everything that is for you to become is in you to do as you become more and more aware of it. And to be aware of it, you must be centered into a space of quietness and meditation on a daily basis. It's hard for some people to think that they have to excuse me, get on your chair or your quiet room, go in your quiet room, or just spend an hour or so, or even less, meditating on your purpose of life and the purpose that you must accomplish day by day. But that is the space that you must create for yourself, employ for yourself, in order to be centered on your journey as a dual identity. So when it comes to what is destiny, destiny is much bigger than you can see around you. You cannot see it in the physical, because the physical change from time to time. As rain comes and hurricanes and typhoons and tornadoes reshape the earth and volcanoes over centuries, people pass away and things become renewed as the centuries pass. You must understand that beyond all these natural disasters or even human-created disasters, there's much at the end of the line of this particular existence to graduate from, to transition from, to find renewed growth, whether it's in this body or outside of it, from perfection to perfection, to perfection, to perfection, to perfection, to perfection, ad infinitum. And this is the role of the sufficiency in every life that exists, to grow and to fulfill the divine purpose. And so if you get anything from this run, my jog, my energy resurgence, it is simply this, that you are a dual identity. Center yourself that you may encompass both to enrich your life here and your life in the hereafter. Until next time, bye for now.